Not connected. Seriously?
Hello, Tiffany. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Do this way. I'm just waiting to see if you can hear me or not. Shut up. Yeah, you go. For some reason, it's not working. So now, I don't know. It's not provider. The, but the thing over one day is perfect, the next day is rough, the next day doesn't right. I don't know if it's the weather, I don't know if it's the sunlight, I don't know what's going on. I would try, if it gets too bad, because program, maybe I set my phone that help. I don't know if going to the polite, but I am going to spend yesterday with you guys, having that girlfriend, I don't know if it knows, uh, Jeffrey, the newsletter, I know it might not get better, but still, the whole thing is just adjustments that I can do. I was going to try, I want to move guys off, I also want some data, for benefits. So, it's depending on if things probably going live, because the next thing is back, um, I don't have good for the next thing. I mean, that is minutes, that's what we talk about so far. Although the next week or not. But I think on the highway, going into the stop, maybe when this year, 60 and all, start to stay, maybe going into the area. Not that bad here. Oh, that is,
That's weird. Okay. So I will put the cruise control on so I can stretch my legs a little bit. It's it's weird because I always put the same budget. Like when I make my budget, my bi-weekly budget because I'm getting paid bi-weekly. I put a specific amount of gas, which is supposed to last for 2 weeks. So still here, lurking, making salsa. Awesome. All right. Hopefully you guys can still hear me well. Even if you can't see me, it's not that bad. If if it lags too much, maybe I can just shut off the camera and it might be better. Easier. Hey Kevin, thank you so much. It's just going to be a short live stream. I'm just on my way to see a friend, about 40, 35, 40 minutes away. We are going to freeze dry vegetables. I have a back seat full of zucchini, squash, and I have some cucumbers. I think we'll in a bunch of mason jars. So we will freeze dry a bunch of vegetables. I'll stop on my way to a little grocery store they have down there. Apparently, they have awesome deals on fresh vegetables. I guess you can get like 50 pounds of carrots for like 15 bucks. And from what I remember, if I remember correctly, it's like 10 pounds of beets for 5 bucks. So I'll get like, I don't know, 15 bucks worth of beets. Uh, I'll freeze dry some. I'll can some, vacuum seal some. I I usually vacuum seal because I don't have time to preserve everything by canning. I can't pressure can 24/7 with a full-time job. With a bunch of kids, they want to do stuff. We have some family, and we want to visit the family. And there's always something. You know how it is. Yeah, that's life. So for me to get home, by the time I get home, it's usually around supper time, and I mean it's not a good time to get it's not time to start pressure canner because I have to take a shower. Sometimes I have to do some editing. Some people are going live. I try to support them. I mean, from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., it's basically impossible. And from 7 to 8, I don't really have time to pressure can. So the only time I can really pressure can is on the weekends. Last Saturday, not only was I sick, but I had a fundraiser. Today I'm heading over there to freeze dry, which is still preserving. I'm still going to preserve some food. Hopefully save money on the long run. Well, to be honest, to be fair, with the cost of gas, not really going to save money in a way, but I will be saving some food. So there's always something happening on the weekends as well. But as soon as I have time, I will start pressure can uh, beets, carrots, beans. I want to make some salsa. I want to make some spaghetti sauce. Although the spaghetti sauce, for some reason, is better if we don't pressure can it. It's better if we just freeze it. We put it in the freezer and freeze it. And to come back to what I was saying earlier, that's my brain going to the right and to the left and up and down. I was talking about my budget. For some reason, this week, the amount of gas that I should have left in my vehicle right now should be for about one trip to work and back home, which would be give or take like 75 kilometers left of gas. Well, I am at about 300, so I don't really consider the gas being part of my budget while I go there because I still have some money left for gas. I am getting a paycheck from YouTube this month. Um, life is great. Going to college, well, online class, still going to work, upgrade my skills. say that, but I just can't wait for everything to be over, to be done. It's going to be a year and a half to 2 years of study, stress, done. When I have a diploma in hand, I should be making an extra $5, $5 to $6 more an hour than what I'm doing now. So that should give me a good $300 per paycheck more in my pocket. And we are currently discussing with the union, with the treasurer board. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of emails, a lot of managers getting involved. Everyone really fighting in the same direction, except for the person that needs to sign the final signature. There's a few things that needs to be discussed, and hopefully those will be fixed soon because, well, when I started in 2014, I was the most paid technician in the pharmacy, and now I am officially the least paid technician. Everyone else had like 20% raise, while I stayed the same. Well, I mean, we go up a little bit every year, 0.5%. We got, was it 15% in the last 5 years, which means 3% per year. But that's the only thing we got since I started working here. So let's say with the 0.5% that we had a few times, 2%, so like 17% raise in 15 years since I've been there. That's not much. I started at $23 an hour. I'm now doing 27. And all the other technicians started at 21, 22. And they're now doing 33, 34. But it is what it is. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying that we will be fighting for better conditions for my job position. I was talking to a few my colleagues from other zones, other hospitals, and we all pretty much feel the same. We feel like we are being underpaid tremendously because we are doing the exact same job the other ones are doing, except that we are doing some extra that they cannot do. I mean, my programming skills is not something that I can show someone else. It's something that I learned from college way back. Oh boy, it started raining really bad here. But anyway, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting, entertaining for sure. I'm gonna learn. It's an online class, one course every 3 months. So in about a year from now, I should be going for my national exam. Sooner the better. They are telling me that I should finish my course about this time next year. I still have about 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe before I start. But it's okay. I just wish I would have finished the course a couple years back. But financially and with family life, it was impossible to do. Imagine they want you to take a class. They're not giving you any time off. They're not helping you financially in any way whatsoever. You have young kids at home, and all they keep telling me is that, well, this person had 3 kids and she's doing it. Yeah, but that person has a working husband. That person has a working boyfriend. This person has 3 kids. This one has 2 kids. I got 5 kids and my girlfriend's not working. And my kids are young and I am choosing my family over more education. I went to university in Moncton. I did 2 college courses. I don't really feel like going back to college. When I was done my last college course, I figured it was the end, and I was ready to start my life, start my family. I did. Come on, you. Yes. They stay in the left lane, and as soon as you go in the right lane to pass them, they go back in the right lane. So yeah, let's just say that 7 years ago, my youngest was 4 years old, and I started the course. I could have been done by now, but when my son came downstairs and said, "Dad, you're always in front of your computer. I miss you. Like, I want to spend some time with you," I shut down the computer and told him I was done. I'm not gonna pay a lot of money for a course that's not gonna give me anything on the long run if it means that I lose some precious time with my family. Hello, Karen. Thanks so much for stopping by. But this time it's different because they are giving us 10 educational days. Plus, I will have some more vacation time next year. I'm just hoping that they don't do the exam during the moose hunting season because, well, that's not going to happen. It's probably going to be in January or February. That's the only issue I have with that. It might be in the middle of a snowstorm and I have to go to Ottawa anyway. But maybe I'll be lucky enough and I'll be able to go like in April or something. Who knows? And in a perfect world, it would be either the week before or just after the Eastern Ontario Homesteaders Conference. Imagine if I could go there to the conference and then not having to come back home, just being able to stay there and do my exam. That'd be awesome because my vacation would be paid for. But they're offering 10 days of paid days for education, studying, or whatever. I can use those days for my exams and stuff if I didn't use them before for studying. They are also refunding 100% of all the courses I have to take, of all the exams I have to take, all my expenses. If I need to go to Ottawa, lunch, supper, gas, hotel, everything to a maximum of $5,000. If I drive there, they're gonna tell me they don't want to pay for my gas, but hey, it's a lot cheaper for me to pay $500 of gas, maybe, because it might be lower, than purchase a plane ticket and having to drive 4 hours away to go take a plane anyway. So I would save maybe like 6 hours of drive. You save 6 hours of driving for an extra $600. That's not worth it. Last time I was supposed to go for a training, and I told them, I said, I want to travel. They're not, no, you can't go by traveling. You need to take the plane because otherwise it's going to take too long and we can't afford to lose you for a week, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, all right, that's the way it is. I mean, I had to be there for Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I could have come back home, and it was only in Montreal. So I could have left Monday morning, travel there, and come back home on Thursday, and I would have been back to work by Friday. They didn't want that. They wanted me to take the plane. And the only available flights that I could take was that I had to be in Moncton Monday morning, very early Monday morning. So I would have had to leave Sunday or sometime during the day. They would have had to pay for Sunday because it was for work, which means that I would not have gone to work on the Friday after. I would have gotten there some point Monday, do the things they wanted me to do on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. The plane was not leaving until like late Thursday during the day. So I would have missed Friday anyway. They would have had to pay me for 6 days. So tell me again why I can't drive there? It would have taken me 4 days, but it was a total of 6 days to go there by plane. I have family in Quebec. I can split the drive in half. I mean, I don't mind leaving around supper time to get there around 10, 11 p.m. Not miss that day of work. And the next day, use that day to travel to Ottawa. Mike and Angie are not far. Angie already told me that I was welcome there. Scott already told me that, the door is open for me if I want to go. It's not going to cost me anything for to sleep there. So if it costs me $500 of gas, I can eat pretty well once I'm there, and I will never even get close to reaching $5,000 unless that $5,000 included the price for the exam, which is probably around $3,000. Can you guys still hear me? Yeah, I think so, but I'm just hoping I'm not talking to myself here. We are in a moose zone. It's raining bad. Traffic is slow. And honestly, I hate this. So let me see if I can grab. I put a pop in the box that's full of mason jars, and I was able to reach it right away. Awesome, thank you, Karen. So I'm not talking to myself for nothing. I have a bunch of pretty cool videos coming up. Just need to spend the time editing. And I'm asking myself the question, do I continue on the same schedule, which is like one video every Wednesday? Or do I put out more? Because, I don't want to have dead times in the winter. So if I start, okay, yeah, true. I know, Tiffany. I just wanted to make sure that you can still hear me. I thought that when I was live, my my screen here would tell me that it's like a phone call, kind of, and it was just showing phone ready. So I have no idea if that means that I can speak, but maybe I can't hear. So yeah, I'm afraid that if I start posting those videos more often, that maybe in a few weeks I won't have any content to provide, and I'll have to find something a little bit more boring. So I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud, I guess. Like, should I find that posting twice a week is perfect. Yeah, I don't have time to post twice a week. It takes me just to download the videos on my computer because I do everything with my phone. So it uploads on the cloud during the night. I mean, if I film today, it's uploading tonight. Starting tomorrow morning, I can start downloading. So I download as soon as possible. I put that on my laptop, and whenever I have time, I do the editing. And I'll answer any question just so I don't lose my train of thought. It takes me about an hour to have all the videos set up properly in my software, in line, ready to go, and then I have to watch, from start to finish a couple of times so I can cut whatever I want to remove, and then I need to do like the editing, all the B-rolls and all the, when it goes from one clip to another, all the transitions, if I want to put some music, and then I have to export it. But the exporting part takes about 45 minutes. So usually after I'm done uploading everything in my software, I start editing. It can take me between, 2 to 4 hours, depending how complex the video is. And and then, sometimes I don't have time to finish right away. I'll have to save and continue the next day. So the next day I'll finish, maybe, if I have time. I've been playing softball pretty much all summer. Now the season's done. And it takes a good 45 minutes to an hour to export. Once the video is exported, I have to upload it on YouTube. Without the thumbnail, just to put all the keywords, the tags, the hashtags, the description, switch the monetization on, and all that stuff. It takes another hour, give or take, to have a good SEO. And the thumbnail is another 30 minutes at least. Do you forage goldenrods at all? There is a lot of goldenrods around here. I've never done it because I just don't know exactly how to process it and how to use it. I know Tracy from T-Hand141 Homestead does it a lot. It's just a matter for me to ask questions, do some research online to see exactly how it's done. But I didn't have time to get there yet. I usually spend the winter learning, and when I learn something cool, I try to learn more about it. If I started learning about mushrooms, and I really enjoyed the mushrooms, well, I went on and tried to learn even more about mushrooms. So when it came to summer, I knew a lot more about mushrooms. Although this year it was a bad year, there was barely any chanterelles at all, barely any mushrooms at all. I was able to find a lot of lobster mushrooms. I think I have a video coming up. It might be available to my members only right now. Maybe it was out this morning. Or no, I think it's coming next Wednesday. So if you're a member, you already have access to that video. But if not, it will be available next Wednesday. I wanted to do the not the goldenrods, the fireweeds. I just love fireweed tea. It just never happened. When time came to do the fireweeds, for some reason it was just like, okay, like what do I do now? Like, was so much stuff to do. The garden, the weeding, the preserving, the harvesting. When the fireweed was out, it was full season in the garden. Like the weeds was growing like crazy. I was in the middle of the softball season. There were a few tournaments around. It just, it didn't happen. I'm just hoping to be able to have time to go for apples. That's for me. We started doing just once a week for a month, and it didn't hurt the channel. It helped grow. So you're doing twice a week or once a week? Well, it is a lot of work, but I'll have to ask Tracy. I've been trying to research lots of conflicting information. Yeah, well, the thing is, I don't think it's toxic. I think that people susceptible to allergies might be allergic to that plant. That's it. But if I may, and I'm not doing this to try to sell classes for my friend, but look out if you're in any part of Canada or any foraging group on Facebook, try to find Jessica Gauvin. So it's Jessika. Gauvin is Gauvin. She's an expert in all that kind of stuff. She has a lot of friends around the world, basically, that do foraging. If I am to trust anyone with foraging information, it'd be her. She will teach you, if you take her class, she will teach you every single aspect of, let's say, a mushroom, so that you're 100% sure of what the mushroom is. Because the cap can be just a little bit different color, and it can make the mushroom toxic or poisonous or edible. The stem, the way that the stem goes from the ground to the cap, or even if it's on a tree, if it's gills underneath, if it's polypores, if it's the stem color, the inside, the fact that you can touch the under the cap sometimes, and the liquid that will come out can also mean that it's a different mushroom than what you thought. So she's showing you all those tricks. And one thing else, another thing that I realized when I was taking her class, there are a few examples in the world, and I don't know the names, but two mushrooms that are basically identical. Same colors, same forms, same kind of stem, same gills, same smell. The only difference between both of them is the spores that it releases. You can tap on the cap, it will release spores. If the spore is a specific color, it's edible. If it's a different color, it's highly poisonous. So that's one of the reasons why a lot of mushroom hunters out there often end up being sick or having health problems, because there's like a lot of key points to check on a mushroom, and sometimes you get so complacent that you forget to check those steps, those check marks. So you have to know not only what the good mushrooms are, but you need to know all the lookalikes if you're ever going to go mushroom hunting. And it's the same thing for foraging. I've been looking for wild carrots for a while. I'm pretty sure I was able to find some. But then again, there's a lot of information out there. Some plants have the smell, the appearance, everything in common with the wild carrot. except a tiny detail that I am not 100% sure about right now. One of them is deadly poisonous, and the other one is just like eating a carrot. It's edible. So it's just a matter of knowing which one is which. So to find all that information, all those different ways of doing things, identifying a plant is very important. So, you have conflict information if you look online, but maybe the information that you got was maybe from one person that would have sworn had goldenrod. Maybe she made a mistake in their identification and it was something else. Maybe. I'm not saying that's what it is. Maybe she had some and she got sick and she's saying it's toxic. Maybe it's the kind of thing where 50% of the population can have it no problem and the other half can't. It could be weird, but it's possible. I mean, if you go, I'm not going to get on the topic of what's coming. If you go to the hospital to get an injection of some sort, it could be a back sweat or, just any medication, and you have a little redness around it. That's kind of your immunity system fighting off whatever was there, which is an immune response from your body, which is almost the same as an allergic reaction. But most people are having that little tiny reaction, which is always considered normal. But it's the same thing if you eat a plant or if you eat something you're not supposed to eat. Maybe 80% of the population will have an upset stomach if they eat a specific plant. Maybe the other 20% won't. Sometimes it's just a matter of you want to take the risk or not. If I was at the point where I would starve to death or try something, I'm not sure at what point I would decide to just go for it. But at some point I would. But if there's one thing I learned in my survival classes, it's you always have to try to survive as long as possible. You have to think 24 hours at a time. You have to get through that day. Because the people looking for you would know where to look for you, and they should eventually find you. So you stay somewhere 24 hours without food, without water. Well, maybe it's time to start looking for water. Maybe after 48, 72 hours, it's time to start looking for shelter. After a few more hours, maybe it's time to try to find some food. But you can survive a few days without food. First thing you'll need is water, but first thing you need to do before you get the water is probably find a place safe to spend the night if you have to spend the night. So I'm not sure at what point I would just be like, well, either I die from not eating anything or whatever I'm eating is toxic and I die anyway. I don't think I would ever get to that point because at least there's always the hope that maybe someone will find you. That's me. So Tiffany, I don't know if you heard my question. You said in your comments earlier that you were doing 2 videos per week, but then you said you went to 1 video per week for a month and you've seen an increase in your stats. Did you mean 2 videos per week? Are you doing 1 or 2 videos per week right now? Just to confirm I understood properly. Sometimes I'll go with a bunch of shorts. Sometimes, I try to have at least 1 full video per week. But that's still just 52 videos in a year, which is not much. When you think about Grouse hunting, that's one video right there for me. Deer hunting, another video. Moose hunting is usually another video. I'm not moose hunting this year, but I will take that time to go forage and probably go black bear hunting. Not during the moose season, but either just before or just after. Um, from September 1st, other than Sundays, I'm allowed to hunt for black bear until 24th of November, and I'm only allowed with um, my bow during the moose week. So obviously I don't have my bow hunting class. I have a bow at home, but I cannot legally hunt with it because I am not trained. I don't have that little letter on my license. But it doesn't matter. It's just a week. I mean, I can always go hunting before or after bear season, the moose hunting season. Now I'm heading to a grocery store. I have no idea where it is. I have no idea what it is. I was just told the name. Toulouse, Brunswick. Brunswick Landscaping. All right. And once I get to that store, I'll have to let you guys go because I need to go inside, grab some vegetables. Sorry, we did a soft reset in June and only did one video a week. Okay? And saw an increase in all our numbers and stats. We did that for about 5 weeks. 2 seed update as well for a total of 7. So 1 video per week is actually working. But I'm pretty sure 2 would be even better. Okay, now is that the grocery store I have to go to? I think that's not the one. I think that would be Frenette. Yeah, ABC Frenette. So I think Ache is the. I have to go to the Ache grocery store. So I'm pretty sure it's the next one. In that 5 weeks, then we switch to a video on Sunday and one Wednesday, and have been doing that since. And still working. Okay. I have to catch up. I'm so sorry, Tiffany. I mean, I've been letting you guys down. It's been so busy. I will spend the winter catching up. And even when I go deer hunting, if I have time, I'll be watching some videos when I'm at the well, it's not a hotel. We take an Airbnb, but it's the same price as an hotel, and we have like 2 bedrooms plus the living room plus TV, washing machine, drying machine, dishwasher, fridge, freezer, and so on. You don't have that when you get an hotel room. So it's a lot better. Well, don't worry, I have to play catch up too. Yeah, exactly. Life comes first. Although I hate. Is that it? Is that the Ache place? Fresh vegetables. There's for. I don't think that's it. I'll go check there after though. It's just that I don't like when people support me and I can't support them back. And I know, like, I have an excuse of having the full-time job, and a lot of people go live during the day. Like, I know Miss Sandale goes live during the day on, like, weekday. Scott usually goes live on Thursday, Procrastination Thursday. I mean, it's impossible for me to make it. But sometimes I'll let it play in the background while I do something else, at least. Give a thumbs up, show the support, watch time, and so on. Sometimes I'll catch some glimpse of what's going on, and sometimes I'll hear something and I'm like, oh, okay, I want to hear about this. I want to hear what's going on. So, like last Thursday, I was talking about fundraiser. I mean, I stopped everything I was doing to listen to it. But it just sucks when you're not live. Try to follow someone on a live stream after. You can't really ask any questions. You can't really get involved. It's not the same thing. Hello, Lynn. Thanks so much for stopping by. I harvested goldenrod. So there you go. Lynn is also doing the goldenrod. So I'm thinking that it's either what I see up there or I have the wrong idea of what that place is. Holy jeez, that's an old road. That's awesome. Karen, go check out Bucket List Homestead if you're not already subscribed. And I'm sure I'm going to speak for Lynn because I know she's a very kind person with a big heart. And I'm pretty sure if you send her an email to ask a few questions about how to harvest them, she will help you. David and I were just talking about a freeze dryer. If they weren't so expensive, I'd have one already. I have questions for you then. If there's a company out there listening to me right now that has a freeze dryer, you're looking for sponsorship, whatever, reach out to me, please. I can't afford one, but I would love to have one. It's probably one of the best things to preserve food. Like it's probably very, very easy. So I'm pretty sure the grocery store in question was either way back there or I have the wrong place. So let me just stop here for a sec. Veterinarian. Okay. And, okay, so freeze dryer and pressure cooker. Pressure cooker, I have one. They're not too expensive. But freeze dryer is like $5,000. I don't have that kind of money. So I will let you guys go. I need to go on Google Maps to do some a little research to see exactly where I need to go. I'm just looking for beets. So $5 for 10 pounds of beets is pretty awesome. And I'm looking for carrots and all that kind of stuff. So I will either contact Gaetan to see what he was talking about. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for stopping by. People that have been following me since I left home, thank you so much. And I'll see you guys next time.